D&D! It's been 2 weeks, but we're back! Yeah! We're down 2 people, but it's okay. It's temporarily. Today. Temporary. Alrighty, so recap on last time. You guys were pretty productive last time. You went to after doing some talking at the winery, you guys ended up going to Yester Hill, and then were able to kind of find this large hill with a huge tree, a storm going on around it. And then you guys went up, and we're talking to some of the druids and other, folk that were up there. Vildor, was it Vildor or Dorian? I think it was Vildor. Managed to convince one of the druids to
No Name
assist, who is named No Name, in the fight against the druids and the Gorgon snake that was named Ophedra, who was the one who was in possession of the green gemstone that was stolen from Wizards of the Wine. Then you guys ended up going through, having a fight. Ophedra got absolutely fucking eviscerated by, I think, 7 nat 20s is what it ended up being, and 4 of which I think came from Alaric. And then at that point, she had been taken care of. You guys got rid of some of the other druids. Then at the end of it, also convinced some of the other druids to lay down their weapons and quit. That was Dorian. And then you guys ended up killing some of the little, creatures that were hanging out in the mud, and the berserkers and such. And then at that point, after the dust had kind of settled, Gorath heard a voice in his head from a druid king or chieftain called Caven, and Caven directed him and telepathically to his grave, had him pick up his sword that was in his gravesite. And then after that had happened and he kind of showed off his new gear, you guys decided to lay waste to the Strahd effigy that was in place there and burn that to the ground. And then at that point, you guys had gathered your stuff and headed back to the Wizards of Wine, and we left off with you guys getting off your horses and approaching the Wizards of Wine to talk with Davian and let him know what you guys had found. Did you go all the way up?
Yeah, I was trying to get him to sit in the chair in the blanket, but he freaking took it as a way to, I can get on the table.
Ooh, access. So now you guys are at Wizards of Wine, and yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's probably 3. I was gonna say it's later midday.
Because it took us 4 hours to travel, right?
Yeah, roughly 4 hours of travel. The fight probably took an hour or 2, and then about 3-ish hours back. And so we're probably somewhere around 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
I'm currently wearing the gem around my neck, correct?
Yes.
And we are just arriving at the Wizards of the Wine?
Yep.
Okay, do I see anyone outside? Does it seem like any cleaning or upkeep has been made onto the winery while we've been gone?
A little bit. Some of the bodies have been moved, and all the the brush that used to be some animated trees and other things have been kind of, you can see a big burn pile that was done on those, and a couple of other things. So it does look like it's been cleaned up a little bit. And then your guys' wagon is now at the Wizards of Wine as well. And you guys can see people are trying to load up some of the stuff in there that is kind of on the to-do list for you guys too when you guys get the other gem.
Okay, I'll kind of walk towards the entrance and yoo-hoo!
Okay, and Davian will hear that, and he will walk out with his little walking cane, old hunchback man.
And I'll kind of I'll take the necklace I have and kind of twirl it around my hand, kind of.
He'll walk out and see you guys.
Oh, hey, Davian, how's it going?
It's going good.
Well, I think we got some good news for you. Look what I found.
That is very nice. I knew that group of you adventurers could handle something like that. What ended up being out there?
I think it'd be better if you talk to the wizard about that one.
Vildor?
Yes, indeed. Well, we found these druids here, which...
Go and look around. Do I see any, like, what were they? Birds of some sort? Like, the druids? Because they said they were going to meet us here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I look around? Do I see them?
Not currently.
Okay.
Well, there were these druids here, you see. And they were ordered by this snake, which we did eliminate. And the snake held this necklace that Alaric holds.
Hmm.
But we did befriend a few of them. So,
And I'm kind of looking around in the sky.
when you see them arrive, do not be startled.
That might be difficult considering that they tried to have given the opportunity to kill me and my family. But
No. Just put that aside, sir. I promised them wine too. So,
By our knowledge through our wizard friend, it seems as if they were set out to do tasks that some of them didn't quite believe, followed what
yes,
they wanted themselves.
they were under the influence of this snake beast.
They also were perhaps slighted by the relationship that you've built with them. They said they've never had the wine or opportunities to purchase it. Perhaps this could be a mending of the two bridges.
Indeed. That's actually how I got them to aid us.
If you have a problem with them, I mean,
by why?
Indeed.
I'm happy to slit their throats too if you need me to.
Now, Mr. Nimwick, we are a peaceful party.
But I think this is his decision, not mine.
Well,
It's not my family winery that got destroyed.
I believe this history between these druids and Sir Winemaker over here goes much deeper than what we know.
Prior to this, there had not been issues with these druids. So maybe what you say is true with the snake. Nonetheless, I can't say that I'm going to easily look past this. But, in the spirit of what Dorian said, maybe we can mend some bridges eventually.
Wish I had thought of that memory. Freaking life is perfect.
The druids are your best friends.
Not the druids,
Just like all hardships and relationships that you have, those that sometimes do have bridges that have burned, just takes time for people to settle into the new roles. I think they, from what we understand, just wanted to be a part of everybody else in this realm. However, they've felt as if they've been pushed aside, and this snake seems to have essentially brought them to a deeper part, which made them attack you, get the gem and feed it, but with ill intent from the snake, not them.
And in a place like this one, it's better to have allies and friends than enemies. There's problems enough here.
That is a fair point. As long as you're not my enemy anymore.
Who did the snake work for? It's just another were-raven speaking to you.
Well, we believe they aligned with the Dark Prince.
That would make sense.
I just can't wrap my head around why they wanted to take our gems.
It was from a tree, but the tree had the snake inside of it.
I believe this gem was going to be used to raise an army of some sorts.
I believe I know the tree you're referring to. It's the Goliath tree. It has roots that run very deep, and it's a very powerful, given as a host. The druids believed that it would be able to, it had great power, and it's almost impossible to kill without any sort of magical means. So my only guess is that maybe the snake thought that she could use this tree as a vessel for the army. Obviously, the tree blights and other things that were here were probably spawned of that tree somehow, and maybe that's where they came from, is the magic that it was being siphoned out of the gem that I pulled, or that you had rescued for us. That is why they wanted it, which, again, the gems are used by me in harmless means to make wine and try to provide some semblance of happiness in this godforsaken lands.
Indeed.
But other people with hands on those things and the ability to mend magic might be able to use it for something not peaceful.
Well, I think because we got this one back, we should, crack open a couple, bottles of wine, give a toast.
Yes.
David, do you mind if I go grab some?
I'm pretty beat up,
Absolutely.
so I would mind just, hanging out for a while and tending my wounds.
It sounds like a good time to me.
Absolutely, yes. Will you go fetch us some wine, please?
And some goat milk. Thank you.
I don't know if I have any goat milk in here.
This is a winery, sir.
Water will do.
You do water.
And I'll go inside.
In the meantime, while we are all waiting for the wine and the other things to come, the first one was yesterday. And I told you that I believe the second one is located in the ruins of Berez. Yes? Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
The
Which?
Yes.
Yes. Baba.
Baba.
She's a very powerful
Baba?
witch. She, unlike the druids, where I have not had many run-ins with them, in the sense to have a history with them that is supremely negative, Baba is the complete opposite. She has made her entire life out of making my life more difficult than it needs to be. And not only just my life, but all the keepers of the feather. She animates scarecrows to try and ward off all of us were-ravens and our kind. And at every step of the way, if she has an opportunity to get in our way, she will try, in whatever means that means.
Yes. Well, have you ever tried to mend this relationship?
That relationship, I don't think, is worth or possible to mend at this point.
Oh,
Baba's mind is more of a broken construct than that of a sane person, if you will.
We must take this gem by force.
well, tell me
Or
this,
stealth. I could steal it.
Mr. Winemaker. What use would this witch have with the gem?
Again, I don't know exactly what the power that she could be possibly aiming to take the gem for. On a simple level, it could just be because she wants to be a bitch and she wants to be a nuisance and wants to take away one of the gems that houses the ability to make my most productive and fruitful wine. That is the most expensive and the most profitable. The more malicious side of this is that she is a very powerful witch with the ability to unlock magics that in the wrong hands could be particularly dangerous.
I'm just having a hard time understanding why a witch of such potential would be wasting her time meddling with wine.
I don't think it's the wine that she's after. I think it's the arcane energy that stems from the gem that she took.
Well, yes, I guess that's what you stated earlier. She tries to make your life more difficult, and has done so long, long ago.
Mhm. Her rivalry, if you will, dates back to the Keepers of the Feather being founded as a key organization that worked against the Dark Prince. She was granted powers and abilities and other things that allowed her to, say, reach a level of esteem or prestige within these lands by the Dark Prince himself, which naturally, in her allegiance with him, completely aligned her misallegiance to us. So by fucking with us, making our lives more difficult, and being more of a distraction and a pain in the ass than an assistant, she's actively always getting in the way of us and Strahd and his doings.
Indeed.
And you said this travels about a day out, is that correct?
No, it's much shorter than that.
Oh,
It's-
shorter.
It's just not as far as Yesterhill. Yesterhill was much closer than where the ruins of Berez are. The path to Berez is much easier. It's not through trees as much, and the path is much more taken just because it did used to be at one point a city that was a little bit more live and vibrant.
So there's like an actual road that goes there, is what you're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
And how far is it? About, would you say like 8 hours, 10 hours?
I'd say it's probably closer to about 5 or 6.
Oh, 5 or 6, not too bad.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you guys, we rest here for the day and we leave first thing in the morning.
Well, Mr. Nimblewick, I am a bit spent.
I'm beat the fuck up bad.
Yes, you are.
Whatever the group needs.
You are more than welcome to stay at the winery for as long as you need to rest your wounds before you take on.
How long is it going to take for you to fill that wagon up? That's what we got to take back, right?
Yes.
Is it almost ready, or is it still, you still need a day to load it up?
There's a couple of, the stuff that I had ready to put onto the wagon is already on the wagon. But there are a couple of other things that I'm finishing up with a few grapes and other vineyard productions that I had going on that I'm finishing the fermentation process to get into barrels to put onto it. But in the process that by the time that you guys go there and get back, I should have most, if not all of it done, depending on how quick you get back. But definitely within the next day, I should be able to have the rest of the wine put into barrels, charred, and everything is ready to go.
Other than the switch, are those scarecrows you talked about, are they dangerous?
To us, they are. The ability that we have to avoid them is something that is unique to us, as we are able to fly. Scarecrows are not able to fly. So when we don't want to deal with them, we just avoid them. But they post themselves up in places where sometimes we do not have the ability to fly. That is where it becomes a problem. Not that we're not able to easily dismantle them, as our combat force is much stronger than theirs when it comes on one-to-one. Problem is that because of the witch and her abilities and how easy it is to make scarecrows, she has many more than just a few ravens. She has, at times, she's had hundreds of these scarecrows spread out throughout the rodeo. But it just depends on how many we've gotten rid of and how many she keeps making and reanimating is the problem of where I don't know exactly how many there are. One-on-one, they're not bad. In large quantities, they can be a headache.
Seems like our next objective is pretty simple then. Before we head back towards Vallaki. Back to our keep.
It would seem so, Miss Cleveland.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Because you want it for you, sir.
Since you are familiar with
Thank you, sir.
a lot of these places in Vallaki,
Yes, gives you two.
what do you know about the Ember Temple?
Good.
Yeah.
I will answer your
Ready.
question.
Yeah, purple.
I will do it in all honesty.
One of each. Everyone's
And when I say this, I do not mean to
one to Ulrich.
discourage you. But why do you want to know about the Amber Temple?
Oh, if I remember correctly, I think that's where someone invited us to. They said if we wanted to know more answers about their whereabouts, we'd have to go there. It was this, what was the name of her? What's the name of that lady that Isaac was working with?
Was it Fiona?
Fiona. I think it was Fiona, or it was Dresdel's friend.
It was Fiona.
It was Fiona. Someone working with Strahd. It felt like maybe it may have been a trap, but I'm trying to get as much intel as I can before, obviously, we make a decision on how we want to go about addressing that place.
So long ago,
Red Dragon Crush.
before the
A grape. Actually, purple grape for grapes.
great darkness that took over the lands happened, the Amber Temple used to be a very powerful place where lots of wizards, mages, warlocks, magic users would go to the Amber Temple and study. They would use that as a place of arcane practice grounds and other things. So many powerful mages, wizards, and other magic users went to the Amber Temple as a place of worship and ways to hone their spells. After the fall of Barovia, it turned chaotic. The wizards, with no way out and not understanding how to rid this place, even with their advanced knowledge of magic, drove most of them mad. And so, in the time that it has been since that has happened, the Amber Temple has become a place that very few people ever go and come back from. There's lots of stories behind what is there, but depending on which one you believe, none of them are good. Some say that the Dark Prince visits there often and draws his power from the arcane wells that live within the Amber Temple. Some people say that Rahadin or Ivan are specifically tasked with making sure that no one is assigned to that place that is not supposed to be there. And other people say that there are powerful witches, mages, liches, things of immense magical prowess that were once alive that now are dead, that haunt those grounds and keep them evil. It depends who you believe, though. I don't venture off beyond my winery very often if I don't need to, and I have absolutely no reason to go to the Amber Temple. That would certainly mean a very painful death for me.
Well, strictly out of curiosity, where is this temple?
The Amber Temple, to my knowledge, is south in the region of Mount Gakis.
And curiosity strikes once more. How far travel is this temple from here?
From the winery,
Indeed.
about
Maybe about 7 hours.
now, the other thing about this is that, strictly distance speaking, it probably would be about 7 to 8 hours.
Indeed.
But when you get there, you will be met with climate changes, as you will have to climb the mountain. The path will be a little bit less traveled, for what I think after I described obvious reasons. And you'll be dealing with snow and rocky terrain that will be harder to travel. You'll likely have to dismount your horses there, and you'll have to go by foot. So maybe once you get to the base of the mountain, that probably takes about 6 or 7 hours, and then from there it might take an hour or two to scale the mountain and get all the way to the top. From what people have said, it's not like you have to climb a mountain and need
hiking gear and other things. It's just not conducive for horses. It's not a cleanly paved path, and it's going to take a little bit of gusto to get up there.
Well, that's good to know. I don't think we're planning on heading there anytime soon, but thank you for the information, and hopefully we will make a wise decision on how we go about addressing that place.
Indeed. Indeed.
For what it's worth, if I can offer this part of knowledge, is that there have been lots and lots of adventuring parties like yourself that have come through here. I don't know what is up there. I've never been. I don't plan to. But in all the time that I've seen adventuring parties be drug in by Strahd's influence, most of them somehow find their way there. And being that you were out here, none of them have come back. That also being said, Vallaki is a place of great knowledge. There are lots of people there that know lots of things about the lands of Barovia. That would be the largest well of knowledge that you could probably find. There are a handful of people in there that travel the lands and know them well.
Do you know anyone specifically that we can speak to get there?
There is a man who travels sometimes to Vallaki. He sometimes likes to kind of stick on the outskirts and mind his own business, but his name is Rectavio. If you go and look for him in the city of Vallaki, sometimes he is there.
So that one might be a little more difficult.
And why is that, Miss Canadian?
I know of this man.
You have history with him?
Do tell more.
A former lover, perhaps?
Absolutely not. I have had no love in this land. I have no
I'm the Virgin Mary.
The Virgin
But
Mary.
if I do know what I know, it's true. Is he one of the, what do they call them? The people that I was with right away.
Bastani?
Is he one of the Vistani?
Not to my knowledge. He's kind of an outsider. He tends to keep to himself.
Then it is the man I know. He, for the most part, is a very hard man to track down. He is an outsider.
He operates by similar principles to the Keepers of the Feather, and the only reason I know of this man is because he himself is also misaligned with the Dark Prince. So sometimes we have worked together. And he has been a pretty solid assistance at times.
I was thinking of standing
Yes.
And here. What is your problem with Stanmere?
No, I was saying that, like, I was thinking of Stanmere. Mitchell was. Inro did say that.
Well, this water has been great. You're welcome. But this old wizard is tired. It's not too late yet. You guys are already tired.
What time is it?
About 4. Shit. Well, I'm still tired.
Well, this is our resting place for the evening.
Well, maybe we can help you clean up a little bit and get a little tipsy while we do it.
Yes, can't we settle this mess over a pint of goose?
It's not up to me.
I don't see why not. You have done me a great service. It would be rude for me not to indulge in a little bit of thanks.
Yeah, speaking of service, you said you didn't have much to give us, but was there a payment or something for this?
So I can give you a little bit of money, but
Save the money, sir. Our payment will be used for the druids that we befriended.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Provide them with as much wine as they want, please.
Hey, can we take a vote on that? I don't agree with that.
Why are you asking me?
Hey, are you okay with just giving our gold to the druids? I'm not.
Mr.
I think it
Nibble,
depends how much it would be. If it's just a little bit, I'll let it go.
I do believe we asked Sir Davian, is it?
yes.
For potential payments before this task was completed. To which Mr. Davian alluded he didn't have much to offer. So, what he can offer is wine, and we have allies.
Well, you can speak for yourself. You can forbid your payment. I'm still taking payment.
Ulrich, could you please walk with me?
Would you say that?
I asked Ulrich to please walk with me,
Okay.
and I'll pull him outside.
What's up?
If payment is what you need, I can give you what I have.
Well,
However, I think at this moment, they've also given us enough information. Now, this information we've heard before. However, I do think what Vildor is saying can help us in the long run. We get the druids here. We give them their gem. They create more wine. They get more money, then we ask for payment. This is something for down the road, not this immediate moment. We can get paid with wine in the immediate moment. Isn't that good enough for now? And then we ask for payment later when they have more shares.
hey, can I tell you something? It's not really about the gold. It's more about Vildor just making decisions for everyone all the time.
Well,
He made friends with the druids. Now he's forbidding everyone's payment. I understand we're a party, but he doesn't speak on behalf of everyone. I feel like it's a little disrespectful that he keeps making these deals, agreements, before even confiding in any one of us. We all do our fair share, don't we?
we do, but I am now saying, instead of causing this discomfort within the group, of putting him down for a decision that he thinks is right, I think it's right as well.
Correct, and I think it's right to have more gold in my pocket.
Yes, but if they don't have it right now, I'd like to wait until they do.
And I have no problem with that. My problem is, we're giving Vildor this freedom. And there's things that, not saying I'm against, but maybe I don't agree with. We're a party of 6. We have 6 minds here. I understand he may be taking the peaceful path, things like that. He hasn't been in the land of Barovia like me or you, has he? He is very trusting of everyone. How long is it going to take before he strikes a deal with maybe the druids? Stab him in the back, or someone else that we can't trust, and makes us look like fools.
I believe, though, with the situation that we have at hand, if it is about also the fact that he's making decisions on gaining allies, he has done a very good job of that so far.
Right.
And we've extinguished almost every enemy that we've come across that is in our path to not acquire allies.
I'm not arguing that.
So I think it's about him making a decision based on the party. At least for the moment, he has made wise decisions.
Maybe you agree with, maybe I don't.
Well, then tell me, what is one that you have not agreed with other than this moment of not getting paid immediately?
Those druids. He's offering something I don't agree with at all. He basically promised them wine from a man who they killed his family. And I understand. They may have been influenced, but how would you feel if, someone killed your friend,
But you have all the information.
your
you-
sister, your mother, and they told you, well, you have to now give them wine? Would you be happy about it?
If the men or creatures or whatever were not the ones that actually killed my parents, then no.
Well, I believe they were. Did you not see the scene in here?
Yes, but they were not his family. They were his warriors.
No, he said his family.
Family to me has a different meaning.
Either way. Like I said, I understand he's making allies, but throwing out his trust to things like these druids, it can cause more problems for Davian, who we know we can trust.
Which I do understand, but I do believe in us. And I believe if these druids come and they want to cause more havoc, look what we just did to the rest of them. And there's far fewer now.
Fine. I'll keep my mouth shut. The next time I make a decision for this party, you better be the first one to stand up by my side and say, I stand with you, Ulrich. Just like you have done for Vildor.
Okay, if it is a wise decision, I will.
Thank you.
Now, there was another main matter that I was wishing to speak with you. I have some of their wine grapes. I'm planning on planting them. We could also try to make our own wine. Whether it may be as good as theirs or not, we could offer a way of payment through that as well.
That's a good idea. I do know some friends that are in the trading industry. I could see if they'd be interested in maybe selling a new product.
Awesome. See, we all work together in different ways, Ulrich, and then I will walk in.
So, here is what I can do. The main source of my income, if you will, is my wine. Because my wine has been in short supply due to the ransacking that has taken place, most of the gold that I earn from selling my wine and giving it to the cities throughout my different vendors, I use to pay the people that I have here. I don't typically have or need to keep much wine or much gold on reserve here due to the fact that I'm blessed by the gems that allow me to grow the wine, so it doesn't really grow the grapes to make the wine, so it really doesn't cost me anything to make it. So therefore, because my costs are low, and I'm a key part of the trader, most of the time if I ever need to do anything, it's more of a trading of goods. My gold or my wine is valued at 3 different tiers, and so if I need to buy something or get something more expensive, I set that aside, and then I use that to buy or trade with other vendors in order to get what I need. Most of the time that doesn't happen though. My workers are most of my family and the keepers of the feather, and we've been doing this for generations. So, what I could do is I could give each of you a bottle of my most precious wine, which is the red wine.
I got that wrong before. I was going to tell you. The red ones.
You did tell me.
Oh, I did tell you that?
Yeah.
So I got the best one.
You have the
No,
purple.
I took the one.
I thought I told you.
I thought you said he gave me the red one.
I gave you the purple one because I wanted to experiment.
I think we go back to camera. I think he said I'd give him the red one.
And I could very easily be fucking this up too.
No, you're right. No,
there's
that's right.
a lot of colors to keep track, but
It literally doesn't matter.
so
Because I said the red's the good shit, right? You go,
Yeah.
And I go, that's mine.
Yeah.
Here's the purple.
that being said, I need the red gem to be able to make that wine back to its reserves and to be able to stock back up on that. That being said, as payment and as thanks for giving me that back, I feel like it's only fair that for giving me that gem back, that I also give you the fruited Berez, which would be my most expensive wine.
And we each get a bottle.
I would be, if as all of you are helping me on this quest and getting it back, I feel it's only fair that each of you should get one. No one of you is, more or less putting your lives in danger to do this for me. So at that rate, I feel like that's even.
It's fair.
And what's the going rates for the red wine when you trade it?
It depends, but I would say a bottle of it typically runs you anywhere between 15 to 25 gold, depending on what the stature of it is. And then obviously the inns and taverns have to mark it up a little bit. They might do 3 or 4 gold pieces a drink, but you can typically get about 5 to 6 drinks out of a bottle.
Now, have you ever thought about storing all of this red dragon crush in the cellars below for many years?
I have.
Driving up demand, which drives up price.
I have done that. However, as I said earlier, the reason that I make this is because I try to be a source of good for the cities around me. And being that it is one of the less common commodities, I'm the only one in the lands currently as they sit until this darkness is lifted that has the ability to do this because of the gems. So there's not really much of a need for me to sit on it for that, and because it's magically produced wine, I've never experimented with it much, but I don't think aging it would do a whole lot of good because most of the properties and the taste and the wonderfulness that comes from it is imbued because of the magical properties used to grow grapes.
Yes, no, the age will not affect the price, just the desire.
That's good. Now, if you and your party somehow manage to do the unthinkable and get rid of this dreaded curse on this lands,
Indeed.
then I might take you up on that business practice, because then I won't be the only one that can make wine anymore. The sun will maybe come out, and other people might take up the practice as well. Wine in these areas is not hard to come by.
And if we do lift the darkness, will be legends around here. You can put our face on the bottles and the royalty program coming in.
Yes.
You have my word. If you manage to lift the curse from this, I will wax seal a stamp with every single one of your faces on every bottle that I sell.
But
The real motivation. Wait,
you make a good point, Davian. If this curse is lifted, do you have competition?
I could. But
If this curse is never lifted, you never have competition.
that's true.
I'm
However,
gonna stare him down.
the competition doesn't have magic producing gemstones. I do. The sun doesn't change that.
Let's hope you're on the right side here.
I have been before the curse, and I imagine I will be after the curse.
he tells them all this stuff to start questioning it.
Possibly if the sun does shine, maybe his crops will grow more abundant, but it's still hard to keep up with.
I might have to start aging them because I could grow so much.
I just know how greedy business people can be.
That is not me, sir. I am not in this for the money. I'm in it because I've been given the gifts to do this, and I feel that it is my only way of truly being able to effectively give back to some of the city that is somehow managing to still fight on in these lands where hope and a good time is not exactly abundant anymore.
Well,
Indeed.
tell me where you need me to clean up. I'm sick of this chit chat. I'm ready to get to work.
Well, if you would like to come with me, we can go down and clean up the cellar where all of my comrades were down there making sure they didn't get their hands on the last gem. And then I can put the gem into the slot and you can see what happens.
Yes, I would like to see that.
So yeah, so he'll take you guys back down to the cellar and where you guys kind of found Lysa and Corbin, and he'll take the gem and then he'll kind of hold it up to the wall and you'll kind of see it just like float there for a little bit and then it'll just kind of go into it. And then you're gonna start seeing like almost like little vines of like grass and like weeds and stuff are gonna kind of like course over it and like roll over it. You can still see the gem through it, but it's being kind of covered and wrapped up in there. And then as that happens, you'll start seeing the green energy kind of follow all the roots and the vines and all the stuff that's going to go out, and then it kind of almost like lights up the room in that green area as the vines from that specific gemstone area are kind of like creeping out into the winery. Now, this one is just as important as my red one, in the opposite effect of the sense that this one is able to produce much smaller grapes much faster.
which means that it is my most economy-friendly wine. So I can sell the most of it because that is the one that is most commonly desired. So this will help me greatly. Valaki uses this a lot, and Kresk also happens to use this quite a bit when they have the ability to do that. Now, because of certain circumstances that we're currently dealing with, Kresk hasn't really been able to do that as much, but if I remember correctly, you guys were able to help them out a little bit.
They should be back in business in hopefully a week or two, I think.
That will be good, because that is the main trade route that basically keeps the entire corner of this region going, from Valaki to Kresk to me, back to Valaki. So,
I'm gonna start picking up a broom and I'll start sweeping up
okay.
the guts on the floor and everything else.
Yep. And then he'll kind of go back upstairs and he'll start kind of tending to all the other stuff that was broken upstairs. And Corbin and Lass are kind of going around doing the same type of thing. They're helping you guys pick up and kind of take care of other things and that sort of stuff. So easy enough. You guys kind of clean that area up. And then you guys going back upstairs, I'm assuming, after you're done. Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, so once you guys go back upstairs now, like all the stuff is kind of like put back together, chairs aren't flipped over anymore, all the stuff is kind of, you know, put back where it needs to be. It looks a little bit more organized now instead of it kind of being chaotic and ransacked. But yeah, so now this is what this place normally looks like. And then he'll kind of point out the window, and then you'll see one of the larger areas of the vineyard has some of the like stalks that have all the like grape coils that go up it are kind of starting to illuminate. You see like a very, very, very faint green glow kind of coming up some of those stalks.
With Inral being a bit of like a hermit per se, and kind of like a hunter-gatherer type person, at least that's what her life was before.
Yep.
She'll actually just kind of like walk out into the vineyard, and she wants to look for like anything else that is growing other than like grapes. Like if there's flowers around that are being affected by it, if there's other fruits that are being affected by it that they just don't tend to as much because it is a vineyard.
Yeah. Do you want to take this? If you want to do a nature check for that, and then he can let you know. I got to do this.
Eight.
Going around, you don't find anything out of the ordinary that would be growing throughout the vineyard.
Not so.
What did you say?
Is that cool or not so? And yeah, whatever happens, if nothing happens, she'd probably just take her long rest out there.
Out of the vineyard.
Yeah, just
Do you guys all want to start taking a long
Yeah, I'll
rest?
probably go find a bunk and try to rest so we can get an early start for the morning.
And
Too beat up to do anything. I'm at 1 HP.
there's a-
I'm literally at 1 HP, so I literally can't do anything.
with that, you guys all find spots to coop up and go to bed. And when everything's starting to tone down for the night, where are you guys all sleeping? So the vineyard?
I'm
In a
assuming
bedroom?
I probably went into like they had like
Maybe
bedrooms
would
upstairs.
offer up some room. Like
Right,
a
I would
spot.
might take like a
Yeah.
room or a bunk or a cot, whatever.
Yeah, if there was like a nice recliner, I would have found a nice cozy recliner.
There's a chair, there's no recliners.
Oh,
You could put like a barrel out in front of you.
Well, that's what we're
recliner.
It's like a nice chair with like a little footrest.
Yeah.
And you find one, you get out.
So dumb.
He's hitting
I'll
the
take-
dad.
I'll take some of like the just leaves and brush, kind of make like a makeshift bed and just sleep in the basement.
In the
In the
basement.
cellar, yeah.
All right, and you guys all are able to start getting ready for bed, putting your things away, starting to get ready to journey off the next day. And Dorian, while you're down there, one of the other were-ravens walks down, and he's moseying around downstairs, messing with stuff, and he looks at you. Dorian, right?
Indeed. should I?
What really is your motivation here?
Mine?
Yes.
I'll look up through the darkness of this place.
It spreads. I've heard you talking about the Amber Temple.
Indeed, it's a possibility of somewhere we might go.
Scary place.
Head to no one.
And
Comes back
I
from
also
there.
heard the name Baba Lysaga.
Indeed.
I believe the woman you were with said it seemed simple enough to go eliminate her. Please don't overlook this woman.
You've met her.
My friends have died at her hand. She claims to be the mother of Strahd himself. Now I don't believe that is literal. She believes she was the one who granted the powers to him. I would not like to see you fall to this darkness. And please, don't just walk into this fight thinking you're going to stop it. Because our were-ravens are no match. So please tread carefully.
Thank you. What was your name again?
The name's Uno.
Uno. I can assure you that we might have confidence in ourselves, but we are smart and fight well as a team.
I believe so. I mean, those blights and druids were pesky, and I'm glad you dealt with them.
Have you known of any weaknesses of this which might have?
Unfortunately, no, I do not. I just would not like to see your fate the same as many of those that I have encountered. And I worry that... I don't know.
Well,
I just wish you the best.
one way or another, that witch is a part of this darkness. And if we're going to lift it, we'll have to get rid of her.
Exactly. I know, I agree. I hope you are strong enough. I hope you will come back in one piece.
We will. Me and Finlay.
That's good.
We'll be alright.
Sorry, I was just finishing on my last rounds of cleaning. I'm sorry to disrupt. I didn't know anybody would be sleeping down here tonight.
No worries, it was nice to speak to you.
Stay away from that door over there, and points to the back door. It's dangerous if you go in there.
Why is that?
There's some growings, some things used in production. Nothing terribly harmful, but if it's not purified, it can taint you and can hurt your lungs.
Well, don't tell Aleric that. If you tell him how to go someplace, I think it makes him want to go there more.
You better just keep that to yourself. Alright, well, good luck tomorrow, and hopefully you'll be bringing that gem back to us and can begin production to feed the people of Barovia and make this place a tiny bit better.
We'll try.
Thank you. I'll be out of your hair in a few minutes.
No worries.
Finishes up cleaning up. Boom, boom, boom. Kind of just doing some normal maintenance and then leaves. Does anybody else want to do anything? Sleeping? No?
I'll check out that door. I'm not gonna go in, but only listen for a few moments. Like,
Okay.
if I hear anything.
And you listen, and easy enough, you don't hear anything. It's quiet.
Yeah.
You do have, like, when you're right next to the door, an off smell. Not like of death, just a stench.
I'll heed his warning. I'll just go to bed for the night.
Alright. Yes, you all go to sleep. And what time did you guys want to go to bed?
Takes 8 hours to rest. I say like 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, so you're getting up, what is that now?
4.
4. Okay.
Get on the road early. If we're okay
Getting
doing
up at
that.
4.
Yeah.
Or we'll say 10, be up at 6. Don't matter.
Sounds good. Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter to me. And you guys fall asleep. And Inroad, yeah, no, do you want to do anything or just?
No. The only thing I'm gonna do is because I don't have like a gauntlet on one arm, I'm gonna take the Ophidia's gauntlet that I took, and I'm gonna put it on that arm just for
looks.
looks.
Just for dream.
Yeah, throw it on there. Throw it on your
Drop.
person. And you all fall asleep and think about the next day. And early enough, at 4 o'clock in the morning, you hear, or about 5:30, we'll say 5 o'clock, you all move around, begin to wake up, and are a tad groggy, but are feeling a lot better after a full night's sleep. So you guys can take the effects of the long rest.
The first thing Vildor's going to do is pop mage armor.
Sounds good. Alright.
Well, I don't know about you guys. I had a pretty good sleep. I got pretty beat up from yesterday. I'm ready to hit the road. Which way did they say the ruins were? Make a history check. 8.
So you aren't exactly sure where he said the ruins were. You just remember that they were farther away than yesterday.
Do you guys remember which way we need to go? I don't.
I'm making Vildor make a history check.
I've drank too much of that Red Dragon Crush last night.
Roughly.
Slutty 20.
Okay, so you vaguely remember that Davian said that there's a road that kind of goes so Yesterhill was more towards the west, and the ruins of Berez are more southeast.
Okay.
And there's a road that kind of goes down, and it's a little bit more of a beaten path kind of into the forest area where you guys are currently, and then as you guys continue to follow that road, it will turn into more of a path, like a cobblestone brick path.
I see. I'm also going to swap out Knock for that Rhymes Binding Ice.
Okay. Was that one of the spells in the book?
Which one?
Was that one of the spells in the spell book?
No.
No.
This is one of my OGs. It's that cone of cold, kind of much shittier.
Alright. Wizard, did you say you knew the way?
Yes. It's, yeah. What do you say?
Say it's southeast.
Southeast.
It's southeast, Mr. Druid.
I kind of look around. I think we go that way. I'll just point to the south. And I'll kind of get on my horse. Well,
And roughly, like I said, I'll give this to you with your study 20. So you guys are right.
Left.
I think it's more
left.
left.
Down, up.
That's and not
Straight
left. And yeah, right there.
Right there. So I guess actually it's pretty much straight west, but kind of it's right here.
Straight east.
Or
so
straight
we
east,
gotta
yeah.
go north and then go.
Yeah, you're gonna take this road up and then come down.
Oh, so we're kind of going back towards
Yeah.
Milwaukee way.
A little bit. Yep.
Yeah, Milwaukee's actually fairly close.
Yeah.
Right. Milwaukee's probably
When you
like
break
2 or 3
out.
hours.
Yeah.
If you were to,
If you're just
if
going
you were
to
to,
hockey, it probably
if
only
you
take you like 3 or 4 hours.
like if you were to go to at that intersection P, when you get there, Milwaukee would be 30 minutes
Mhm. Yeah.
to go there.
So yeah, we'll start going back that way on that road, I guess, and get to the.
And so as you guys are getting out of the winery, Davian and one of the were-ravens, Lysa, is up, and they're outside talking to someone.
Does the someone look like No Name?
Yes.
Okay, well, luckily. Actually.
Greetings, no name. Oh yeah.
Why, hello.
You came, I see.
Yes, we did. We were a little nervous to come into this area. We stayed on the outskirts. We stayed in our hawk forms. But we gathered up the nerve to come in the morning. We thought most people would be sleeping. We could maybe talk to one or two individuals without disrupting everyone.
Well, rest assured, no name. I have made peace with Davian and your name.
He was not thrilled of us being here, as what we have done to the people, but he said that you put in a good word,
And
that he would uphold his end of the bargain.
as promised to uphold this newly existing relationship, I present you this wine, which Davian presented to me to give to you.
That's that red dragon crush.
David, I've never drank this before.
That is the nicest wine I have. Don't drink it all in one sitting.
I greatly appreciate it.
Let your taste buds succumb to its flavor.
We cannot wait.
Now, in the spirit of Dorian asking me to mend this relationship, it will not be easy for me to forget what you had tried to do to me and my people. But of what they say is true, that you are not yourselves. And in time, maybe we could learn to work together.
Hopefully, one day it can be forgotten or healed, our relationship.
I mean, Davian, who else knows better than a druid with plants?
That is more of what I was getting at. Hopefully in the future we can become a partnership with that. It will take time.
I'm just happy that you got me out of that hellhole of a place.
Well, we appreciate your sword.
Well, again, I cannot thank you enough. This wine seems like such a small gift, but it means a lot to us. If you are in need of help, speak to the winds. I will try to aid you as fast as I can. Me and my two friends. I don't know what good we are, but with what you've done for us, we will give our life to try and aid you in whatever difficulties you face in your future.
You druids are powerful. We would be honored to call upon your staffs once more.
Yes. I don't know if any of you can speak to the winds or the trees or the plants. But hopefully word will get to me.
We will do our best.
Alright, well, I will be off. Great meeting you all, and I cannot wait to enjoy this wine. Hopefully there's more where this came from. Good day to you all.
And you too, no name.
And No Name and the others will then leave with the wine. He's going to go off and turn into hawks and fly off.
And Davian will turn around. Is Uno up? Is he around? You've seen him.
I saw him last night. He was cleaning up in the cellar. Warned me not. Never mind that part. Warned me about the witch.
Warned me about
That's partially what I was getting at. Is he might know the witch a little bit better and might be able to act as a scout. He's nowhere near the strength of you and your party, but he might be able to be of some assistance in that regard. If he's willing, he may be able to assist you, but I'll leave that up to him. He might take some convincing from you, as he's seen this witch do some awful things. I'll go fetch him. And then Davian will go back to the house and grab Uno and come back up to the front.
Yes, you wanted to speak with me.
Yes. It's good to see you again.
Did you sleep well downstairs?
Oh, like a baby. But last night, you seemed to be quite knowledgeable about this witch. Your friend here has told me that the same. And you've spoken how dangerous that she is. for us to win and use any advantage that we can. So we're wondering if you'd like to join us. You don't have to fight on the front lines, but you can point out any areas you should be more careful, things like that. It can be helpful.
If there's any sign of danger that you are uncomfortable with, you can flee.
Indeed.
I don't know if I'll be coming back.
Don't have to
How am I
fight.
to know you're going to keep me safe? I don't want my life to end.
Well, that's why we were thinking if you could just help us more or less try to get there. Give us any knowledge when we approach. If you feel uncomfortable in staying, you could come back here. If you don't wish to fight, you don't have to.
I think I can make that work.
You can more or less be a scout, you know. Your blade is not necessarily required. I think they have that covered. You know the scarecrows and the locations of them better than anybody. Your reconnaissance might be useful.
Yes, I can take you there. Once we get there, I don't know how we partaking in the fight. That may take a bit more convincing. Or wine. Wine would be the trick. But yes, I can guide you. Gather your things, we'll be off. As soon as you are ready, I will hit the skies. Follow me. You're ready.
We're gathered.
Oh, alright. Well, if you're ready, is your dragonborn friend staying here, I assume? I heard him throwing up in the mountain.
It was a bit.
I think he drank too much.
Why does that seem to keep happening to him?
The wine is so
His
sweet,
last
it's hard to
character
pace
drinking
yourself.
from too.
It's hard to pace yourself when the wine is so good.
I'll never forget when he was like actually drunk here.
That was
I know.
That's when the fucking shoot. So
I was like,
so like Mitch is making it very clear, like he's on your team. He goes, I don't fuck you. Did he shoot him too?
yeah. He
shot him in
missed.
the
I know he
face.
missed. When he shot at him, like after everything was good, and then Zodi like turns to him and he goes, whatever side that you're on, whoever side he's on, you best make sure he doesn't do that again before he end his life.
That was so funny.
They're pretty much like me as Zodi, like, hey dude, if you want to stay alive, you better stop this
Yeah.
shit.
Literally, knock it off. Alright. And you guys will begin trekking on over. So you will head north first and then begin heading west. Once you guys get to that break point of, I believe it's R. I can't even
Yep,
see
it's R.
from here.
Yep.
R. You guys then you get on familiar territory where you guys have came here coming from Valaki, and you made this trek this way. The only thing is this time you're going to go south. He is going to take you down and around, which appears to be a little bit longer. And about halfway, when you get to the bottom of that horseshoe, Reed, you want to point out where that's at? Like right around, yeah, up a little more. No, up, down, then go left. Right around there, okay? Right around there. You guys stumble upon 3 gravestones. 3 gravestones off to the beaten path in the woods, and
Kind of like brush off one of the gravestones. Does it like say a name or anything, or is it?
if you want to get off your horse and
Yeah, I'll get off. my
get
horse.
off your horse and you can go through and it doesn't appear that these are out of the ordinary. It doesn't seem like anything's messed with them. But you brush off the gravestones, and the first one that you do, you notice that the name on it is Hazel Sunlock.
All right. And you said there's 3.
I would definitely have obviously gotten off
And
looked at graves.
and they look old. Some of the stone is chipped off. And you go and start brushing off the second one, and this one says Wayland Pale Dust. And then the third one you go over, and this one is blank. Yeah, there's nothing on it.
Wayland Pale Dust.
I will use mending on the grave. You said there was one that had like some chipping going on.
Yeah, like it's starting to deteriorate.
And then
with
I'm
age.
assuming like, is there like part pieces of it like on the ground, like you know what I mean? Like if there's deterioration, or even if it's just like with like weathering, like say if there's dust or something like that, like pebbles.
Yep.
Like I'll kind of like pull them up and just like start to sprinkle them and cast mending to see if it'll like maybe shape back.
Yeah, and with that, when you cast your spell, and carefully doing this as your hands, you do have steady hands with just your background. You are able to cup it and slowly mend this piece back together as there was a good sized chunk fall off, and you were able to mend it back to, you can tell there's a crack there, but it does looks like it's solid. Like if you were to wiggle it, it does not move.
And then if there's any parts of the other gravestones that feel like they need mending, I can do that.
You can do that. The other one's a couple chips, damages, but a lot of it is, I mean, there's some dents, there's just a crack on one of them, anything of that nature that if you want to try to repair, you can, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I would. I mean,
And
I
just
would-
kind of go
I
through
would
and
just
try
to repair as much of these
Sure.
gravestones.
And you do a good job. They're still dirty. They don't look still great, but much better than when you first got there.
Gotcha. And then with the last one, noticing that there's not a name on it, I'd like to inspect to see, like, is it because of weathering? Is it just an unmarked grave? Can I tell, is this grave larger or smaller than the other two?
So you want to do like an investigation check?
Sure.
Okay.
Pull out my dice. 13.
13. You look at it, and this stone appears to be smaller in size, not by much, very faintly smaller, and it just, you feel like something about this stone is just different, and you don't know why. Like you can't piece together you just can't piece together anything looking at it of why it wouldn't have a name on it. Like why would the other two and why would this one not? But no, you don't. Nothing else.
I kind of make my piece, tip my head a little bit, and then I'll go back to the horse.
And Where Raven's just flying up ahead, waiting for just a signal to continue. Once Uno gets it, you guys be on your way. Are you guys back? Are you back on your horse?
Yeah, I was just seeing if there was a big spell that I could maybe
Okay.
see.
Yeah, we wait.
But I don't think I do, so.
Good.
Speak to the dead.
And you guys continue on your way, continue trugging along, and then you are going to reach that intersection. At that intersection, you see a sign, and it says the Luna River Crossroads. So the roads come to an X intersections with branches in the northeast, or with branches to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. So you are in the middle of a forest right now. And then there is a snapped wooden signpost that the whole thing's not snapped, but like some of the wood on it is. And it appears to have names on the sign of locations. And one of them is like broken off, and they're arrows pointing different directions.
I'll start casting mending on that shit too.
You want to guess mending? So easy enough. You get it, and the one that had a T, the one that had RAV on it, you pick up a broken piece and you mend it back together and it's labeled Ravenloft. And that point. So just looking at it, there are
We're going to destroy the whole sign.
signs that indicate crest, the Soul Inca Pass, to the southwest, Lake Bartok to the northwest, Valaki and Ravenloft to the northeast, and then Berez to the southeast. And that is where you guys are heading. So that's all you see. Everything here.
As we're going to kind of. So how do you guys want to address this? Do we just go guns a-blazing again, or what do you guys think?
Guns blazing.
I do wonder if you could sneak around and just take it, but if you were caught, it's an issue.
Good.
It's kind of hard to make a plan when we haven't even seen the place. I think the closer we get is when we start making the plan.
We should find some sort of ledge or overlook to get a better view.
Vildor, do you by chance know an invisibility spell? That could be helpful to me, sneaking around. If I could find the gem, maybe I could even try to thieve it quick while you guys make a distraction.
You keep asking me this, but unfortunately, I still do not possess those powers.
Honestly, I've been studying the art of
Every hell of a lot, I think I asked you.
Would it be like, is it like, what's the rules on just like swapping spell books?
I believe you have to take time to, like, you mean like your entire spell book?
Because like what's to say, like I just have these spell books on a swivel. You know what I'm saying?
Like, why?
I think as a wizard, you can cast out of the spellbook, but you can only.
Because like what I'm saying is, if like the necromancy one has invisibility, can I just change that spell book?
So,
Like I like you know what I'm asking?
Yeah, you're saying like, can I just
like
switch
it's
that?
It's like switching a weapon.
Say like when
I think for
had,
wizards, you are able to do that.
like if we had Cecil cast it was like her spell book,
Yeah.
and we gave it to him.
Yeah.
Like technically, like if he wanted to inscribe those into his own spell book, it costs money. But if he's like, I just want to swap out these 6 spells for these 6 spells, unless it's like a spell that's higher that he can't quite do, I think you can technically do that.
Like
It's
I
just
I just want to like switch, like use their spell book and kind of put
yeah, the way I always understood is you had your
Oh yeah,
spell
you have
book,
to copy it into
and you have
yours.
to copy it in yours, and you have yours prepared, and it takes a long rest to prepare them. Like, because or else like, why would you have? Or else there'd be no point of like having
Right.
prepared spells.
Yeah.
But that
That's-
is a wizard skill, though. If they do.
But
find
no,
a
I know.
spell
Like
book,
he has a spell
He
book.
has-
He can
yeah.
have all those spells.
Right.
It's just he has
It's
to choose them during a long rest.
and inscribe
How
it.
many
And
can you
inscribe.
have
So
over
like
there?
he
Unlimited.
could change his entire spell book. Like
But
if he wanted to,
each day he can
each
like,
day he
adjust
can
his-
take that and just move them to his spell book.
So you have the ability to inscribe with invisibility.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of like because you prepare spells. He knows. I mean, he prepares spells each day.
Right.
I just want to see.
that's a nice thing.
But a spell scroll, he would just be able to
A
cast.
spell scroll, any of you could cast.
No.
Or if you have the.
You have to know the spell now.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, that's
That changes
fantastic.
things.
So they changed that. You have to have the ability to
So like
cast this magic, and then you have to have the ability to actually know that
to
spell.
know that spell, like
Like
in your
in your
class.
class,
That's
yeah.
what I thought. Not, but okay.
So a wizard,
Not
so
like
he
a
can cast any
barbarian.
wizard spell.
He can't cast them,
No.
right? You would be able to cast them. I'm just you don't have like
Whatever his spell list is.
You would have a spell list, but then
Yeah.
that list.
Because that's what makes me special is how I eventually once I get good enough, I have to make a DC check and then I can cast any spell
Okay.
scroll.
Okay.
But they
Makes
changed
sense.
that too.
So, yeah, whatever. Was that in that
Yeah,
list?
you
I mean-
just inscribe it.
It wasn't even in here.
It wasn't? Damn it.
One day, as he continues to collect.
Don't worry, at level 8 I'm
When he
taking a
continues
feat
to
that'll give me
collect.
invisibility, so
Fey touch or shadow touch? Was it? Whichever one it is.
Well, don't worry, I've been studying kind of how you move and how you act. I think I can also probably hide at almost an invisibility level if you want me to go with you.
You're
No.
the least stealthful person.
you are very
I've seen.
big and I'm very small. I can like hide behind you, know, a little stump.
Yeah, but watch me.
You need a large, like, giant stone to hide behind.
I wanna hop out. I'm on a horse right now.
Yeah.
I wanna like hop on my horse for a second and like try to like put my body in an angle where I'm stealthing or let her can't see me.
They can't spell check.
Ooh. That game is 4 and 5.
I feel like you always struggle with this.
I do.
What'd you get? A 5. All right. Well, Eric, You watch as Dorad gets off his horse and tries hiding.
Yeah, don't ever try that in real life. Don't ever try that in a real situation.
God damn it.
As we're traveling, could I do like an intelligence check to see if I would know like what sort of like creature these scarecrows are? Like if I would know they're like
You said intelligence.
yeah, I was just saying.
Make an intelligence check.
Let's see here.
Tough to see.
It's a couple now. Ooh, pretty good though. That is a 24.
24. So you want to know?
Like if it's Fey, Fiend, Undead, Celestial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These scarecrows are considered undead.
Undead. Yeah. Perfect.
Well, I do have.
I lied. Sorry, it is a construct.
Okay. Damn it.
Sorry, I lied.
Scarecrows
I
are
just said
not
that.
undead.
Yeah. Yeah. So they'd be a construct.
Got it. I kind of figured
He's
I was
doing
either
intelligence
undead or
check on
construct.
scarecrows, so what type of creature they are.
Scratch that for me.
Oh, actually, my 24 got me different information. Wish it was the other information.
So you think if I just try to avoid the scarecrows, it should be okay, right?
Perhaps we make a distraction, which allows Mr. Miller to.
We gotta find wherever this. Yeah, what is it? Gaga? Baba? Baba. We have to find wherever she's keeping up coop. I don't know. If you can get her out of her little hut, maybe I can sneak in. But she's probably got an alarm or something.
You would definitely think. Well, I guess we assess the environment when we arrive.
So we'll keep going.
Keep going? Okay. And you guys continue heading south. And about, I would say, in the fog begins to accumulate. It gets a little, it's harder to see, and finding the were-raven gets more difficult. You can still see him, but very hard to see Uno right now with the fog setting in. And when you guys get very close, what you could assume, Uno might come down and say, hey, we're about 30 minutes away from arriving. And he flies back up, and in your guys' head, your mental clock, it's about 25 minutes later, and the fog begins to dissipate.
Yeah, they're right here.
So you are getting very close to being there, and the fog starts to dissipate, and as you continue going, the fog seems to swirl around you, and you notice that in front of you, as the fog settles, that there's a circle on the ground, looks like just part of the cobblestone path, and standing in circle, looking at all of you, are a bunch of dolls.
Not the fucking dolls again.
Looking at us.
They are, yes, they're looking, the ones back there are, sorry, these ones aren't, sorry. Those ones appear to be, and these ones in the middle are, but then the giant circle of dolls are looking in the center.
Oh, we're seeing this.
You're seeing this from back a little bit farther, and there is a mist.
We came out of the mist, and all of a sudden, like, there was this looking at us. I was like, whoa, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, well, what do you mean?
Like, we came out of the mist, and all of a sudden, we're just surrounded by...
Oh, no. They're in front of you.
They're in front of you in like an orchestrated
formation.
little.
I got that now.
Yeah. And they're just on the ground, not moving.
What the hell is this?
And they look different than the dolls that you guys were given.
What's in the middle? Can I make a perception check to
Make a
see
perception check.
what they're all staring at? Nice. 20. Just like 22 or 23.
22 or 23?
No, actually a lot better. 25.
25.
No way better.
You notice in the middle, there is a doll that resembles Strahd.
Oh god.
There is a doll that resembles Rahadan. There's a doll that resembles Ivan. There is a doll that resembles Irina. There's a doll that resembles Ishmark. There's a doll that is green in nature and hunched over, which you do not know who that is. And they are in the middle of this circle. And in front of them, or all around them, are just, as you can make it, puppets or people that live here. You have no idea. But all the other dolls you see are around this circle. And what'd you get?
25.
25. Okay. And you notice scattered throughout this crowd are dolls of each one of you.
Nice. And they look different than the ones we saw.
Yes. They're not like wooden dolls. These are like play dolls, American Girl dolls.
How big are they? Normal size, like normal American Girl size?
They're small.
Yeah,
they look
yeah.
big there.
Okay.
They're small.
Like if you were to
About this
hold
big.
it in your hand, it's like a little bit bigger than your hand.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like traditional size.
Yeah.
Is it just me or some of those dolls look like us? Some of the other ones, they look like our enemies.
They seem interesting.
Should we touch them?
Are our dolls, are our dolls, on the outside,
Your
Yes.
dolls are on the outside.
and then the Strahd ones and the evil ones are on the inside.
Yep.
Interesting.
And there's nothing being done. They're just in a circle for where we're
They're
sitting.
just in a circle right now. And the ones in the middle are staring at you.
I feel like this is probably a trick by the witch or something, right?
Yeah, I agree.
We probably shouldn't do anything. I don't want
Think go around them.
to just leave it be.
Let's get closer though. I'd like to see him very close. Just let's not touch him. So I think we're gonna try to work up there. Like at least, I'm gonna try to work.
And you get off of your horse, and as you do that, as you step onto the ground, torches sprout out of the ground around them, creating a circle. 8 of them.
Is it blocking them in, or is it just like?
It's just a circle
Okay.
around them, and it's illuminating this area. And looking around, there is mist all around you.
I wanna,
Right now, you're about 20 feet away.
I would like to work over towards my doll. I would just kind of like slowly start getting closer.
And as you get closer, as you are the closest one, all the dolls in the middle follow you.
Can you guys hear me? Let's speak up to him.
They just are staring.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick jump right. And jump right back. See if their eyes
And they go, their eyes don't move, their heads follow.
Keep working up towards my doll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you get up to your doll, you see Gorath, your doll, turn its head all the way around and stare at you. One of the eyes are hanging out and just staring at you like this.
Go up. Is that you?
It's a blank stare.
I'm gonna go up, and after kind of just assessing Gorath's interaction with him and kind of Doll's response, I'm just gonna go up and like find my doll, kind of like poke it in the head with my birchwood staff.
And you hit it, and your doll falls. And then slowly stands back up and turns its head and looks right at you. And it's a scary resemblance of how much it looks like you.
Well, I think I've seen my fair share.
I agree.
I am weirded out.
I don't like
And
this. I don't like that sound either.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
21.
21, you sense, you don't think the dolls themselves, you feel strong magic here,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't pinpoint what that magic would be.
Does that snapping feel like snapping, or does it feel like a snap?
You feel like the snapping is around you. It is a snapping that is humming inside of this mist.
It's like one singular, not like
It is 4. Yes, it is one snap,
But they're in unison.
Yo.
and after the 4th snap, You look down, and the doll that resembles Irina that you met in the village of Barovia moves its arms and claps, and all the dolls begin to move.
Run like
So-
curve style them.
What happens is you see these dolls begin to motion, and you see your dolls move themselves, and it appears that they are riding a magical horse. They're not moving on the horse, but they are riding on something, but they don't have a physical horse in there. And you see that they are reenacting your early days in Barovia. You ride along a road as the ground turns into the map of Barovia as you see it, or that you know. And all of a sudden you stop. You see your dolls stop, and they stop at a little shack that sprouts out of the ground that you remember to be that wooden toy shack. And then you continue. They stay there for a moment, and they continue moving, as this does move very quickly. And all of a sudden you arrive to the village of Barovia, and you see your own dolls dragging along or carrying a stiffless, motionless body that you could put together as the burgomaster that you buried in your early days in Barovia. And then quickly the dirt falls, and as you guys are burying this body as it's being put into the ground, all your dolls begin to cover dirt back over top of the burial. And quickly the red beast comes out of the ground. A fight ensues, and the red beast eventually falls. And all of your dolls look at you, and they say,
They came. They smiled. They stayed. Will they save us?
you hear two more claps.
Is that Irina again?
What did you say?
that
Yes, and
Irina?
Irina
Yeah.
does it again.
Girl.
And now, all the dolls begin to move and shift again. And this time, the dolls take, and all the dolls, your dolls are even mixed into this. Not that they might be the main characters in the story, but they are playing a role in the story being told. And what happens is there's a greatly stitched beast that, after this battle ensues and there's fighting, boom, 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 a beast rises from the ground. And this time it's not a porcelain beast. It is something that you've seen, a large creature. And behind it, it appears that there's a rider on top, and behind it, it is pulling a wizard. This little wizard doll is being pulled through the ground. And all of a sudden it appears, and Castle Ravenloft sprouts from the ground. And this wizard is taken there. The wizard is forced to its knees.
Not my doll.
It does not look like your wizard, no.
Okay, good.
And you see that strings from this wizard are being pulled by vampire spawn looking creatures. And something is taken from this wizard, and you cannot make out what it is. And all of a sudden, Strahd's figure begins to move, and it begins to approach this group. And all the other dolls watch intensely as Strahd walks over to this wizard. And you can see it acting out a conversation angrily. And by the end of this, he points, and the wizard is dragged off into Castle Ravenloft, and this wizard disappears. And this beast and its rider fly off. And they begin to go through Barovia, landing on a shack. You see it sitting on this shack. The rider gets off. There's another wizard cloaked in an orange cloak. And you see him cut the head off this wizard. And in the distance, you see a Larix doll begin to approach. And he's hiding amongst the brush, watching this all unfold. And when the beast leaves, a Larix doll goes up and starts exploring and throws this body into the fire. He looks around and he scurries off. 2 claps. Now, the doll that resembles Dorian takes center stage. And water begins to form around your doll beneath you. And you look around for all your friends and you point them out to the crowd, and all their dolls come in and you sink into this water, this pool of water. And when you rise back up, around there on the ground forms a tunnel-like structure as you descended into this pool and now are in this construct of caverns, like caves, and you don't know where you would be. And all of a sudden there are 3 large constructs of metal make that are all standing tall, and your party walks up and Dorian at the helm. And a battle ensues, as they must be protecting something. And when the battle ends, some of you dolls are mangled, destroyed. But Dorian stands, along with Gorath and Vildor. And what they do is they walk through a door that appears. And a hammer rises from the soil and goes into Dorian's hand. And in Dorian's arm, he has a list. And he begins piecing things together on this anvil. And the finished product he holds up in his arms. But all it is a circle of mist, as it is not revealed what is yet to be forged. And your 3 dolls look up, along with the 3 that are dead in the mud, and they say, "Creation demands a cost." 2 more claps. And Irina walks out and bows and bows. One more. And now 7 dolls that you all have not recognized in this group. One is wearing glasses, has a cane, older in make. One that comes out of the crowd looks very similar to Inral's doll. There is a elvish figure, pointy ears, hood up, can't make out any facial features. There's one in a wheelchair that has something over its eyes, doesn't appear to be able to see. And 3 warriors, or natural, just people, one shorter of make. There's a woman and another man, 2 males and a woman, all wearing adventure gear. And they all appear to be traveling through Barovia together. On the way, they make pit stops. They go to the Mount Gacchus. They go to Crest. They go to the village of Barovia. They even visit Castle Ravenloft. They are doing things together. But then there's a shift in the party. And 3 of them begin to fight the other 4. And swiftly, you see that elven figure quickly strike down all 3 of the other dolls. They lay them to rest. One attempts to kneel to pray for those lost, and the old one with the glasses and the cane tells him to stand back up and shakes its head. And it's hard for you guys to tell what is truly going on here.
Sorry, what you said, the elven doll struck down the other 3 or the other 4?
The other 3. And now there's 4 that remain. The one in the wheelchair, the elf, the one that looks like you, and the old man. Okay? And now that the survivors are diminished, the doll with glasses that appears to be older in stature has a amulet in his hand. And he takes it and he gives it to the doll that looks like Inral. And that doll accepts it, and you see even a very faint smile appear on that doll's face. Even though you guys cannot tell what is happening in this act. All goes quiet. The dolls are all watching this play as they seem to be engaged in it. And this contraption of power, of purple black energy appears. And this man walks up to this threshold of power, turns around. He has a book in his hand, and he hands it to one of the companions. And he says, "Hope is meant to be carried. We must persist through the difficulties and end the suffering. I will be the protector to guide against the darkness. And when someone is worthy, they will follow in my footsteps. Be on the lookout." And this man walks through that energy of power, or that contraption of power, disappears, and that doll is now gone. And the dolls all look around, they turn, they begin to clap. Every single one of the dolls bow, and they all look at you. And you hear, "Follow us. Come play." And the dolls, single file line, all begin walking south. And when they reach the mist settles, and you see Uno up in the sky, and every one of these dolls are walking towards what you would assume to be the ruins of Berez.
Can you, real quick, can you repeat like the last little like speech? Hope is meant to be carried from that part.
Yes. Sure.
Real quick, I want to
Kind of bullshit. Well, I didn't really bullshit it, but I kind of added to it. I'll give it to you. Yeah, I can't remember. I was kind of
Hope is meant to be carried. We must persist. I
We
think
must persist through the darkness. It's something like that.
I'm meant to be the protector.
Yes.
without exception.
I am meant to be the protector, and you all must look for the ones who will follow in my footsteps. Something like that. I can rewatch it and send it to you. Alright. I had 6 words wrote, and then I get on a tangent and I go.
It's okay, I'll just do my protector and be done.
I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you.
The only thing I wanted was just hope is meant to be carried. We must persist through the darkness. And then I thought he said I'm the protector. I just wanted to tell there.
I will be the protector from the evil. Yep. And then when someone is worthy to follow my footsteps, or when someone is worthy, they will follow in my footsteps. And yes, and you see them walking off, and not moving fast. And everything goes back to normal.
Well, I think that might have been one of you know whose games he likes to play.
Hey,
That was weird.
Miss Glenwyn, do you think those 3 graves we passed a little while back, could those have belonged to the individuals that the elf slayed in this play?
There's a possibility. Yes.
The one looked a lot like you.
Yes, but she's not one that was slayed, I don't believe.
No.
So if the pendant that was given is somewhere yet to be found. So ruining the graves and disturbing the peace of those adventuring party, the ones that seem to have come before me, I don't think is necessary.
No, I was not alluding to that. I was just jogging your mind to see if maybe you lived another life.
What I've found here, that is a possibility, yes. However, I'm wondering if my conscious mind does travel beyond this realm into somebody who is of a bloodline, is a reincarnation. I have no clue what that means. But we have also seen people who look like me with different names still alive here in a sense. Maybe not totally, but they are still a being. So I do have a feeling that either they're dead or they're somewhat corrupted in this scheme. I don't remember a life other than mine.
Well, I think we should move forward, but with caution. If it shows anything yet, they probably know we're already coming, so
Yeah, you're right.
could be a trap. And we'll continue to move kind of southward towards the ruins.
Okay.
Alright, and you guys go, and after 5 minutes of following the dolls, do you guys want to follow the dolls, go past them?
Yeah, I guess we'll follow them for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to see what they do.
And you guys get there, and eventually you make it to a bridge. Oh, no, that's not right. Sorry. That's the wrong picture.
Whoa, sneak peek, boys!
I have I don't know why I pulled that up. I have it on here. Whoa!
The script.
Script. Sam's would scream.
And eventually you guys reach.
Email and get the full script.
No. No.
We'd be in trouble.
And you guys will make it. You guys make it to this area. The dolls zigzag on that path through there and disappear behind.
How fast are these guys moving?
They weren't. The thing is, if you guys choose to follow them, you can. I'm just saying that's
Okay.
they are going on
That's
the path.
they're following.
They're going that way, and you see ruins. There is there's no light here. I know that there's pictures and there's lights in those buildings. There is no sign of life in this place.
Most of these buildings, is just the structure of what used to be a building. It's pretty, like what Max said, there's nothing here.
I will kind of wave down the were-raven and tell him to kind of come down to us. I'm not gonna yell or anything though.
And quickly comes down. Yes.
Oh no. I don't know if you want to be the lookout for scarecrows. Maybe see where they are. I might try to do a little bit of sneaking around here. This may be a good point to start. Maybe we can go through some of the houses, buildings, whatever that is.
I saw denser mist more to the south. I would stay clear of that.
Maybe we can try to find a location where this gem may be.
Yes, I will go do that. I'm going to, I will scream if anything happens. Good luck. And he'll swoop back off, and then you see him. He goes higher than he was and begins to fly more south. Not far. If you wanted to, you could sit there and you could watch him the entire time as he moves. But he flies south.
I'm assuming since these are ruins, there's a lot of hiding spots.
You could hide behind those things.
Yeah, run across in between stuff.
You see a church there, and then this is the biggest building, and then there's just normal hut sizes.
Okay.
Too, and a lot of them are destroyed. If you took this picture, those might be the only 3 buildings standing.
Gotcha.
There would be some half buildings, but whatever happened here was not good.
Okay. I guess I'll begin to stealth. And I guess That building's probably the closest to us. Oh my god.
That big one?
Yes.
Yeah, that one is the biggest.
Are the ones that I see noticeable that seem like, maybe more intact.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll try to start making my way that way.
Can I start ritual casting silence?
Yes, you can. How long is that? 10 minutes, you
I
said?
think it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
Then
okay.
since it's a ritual cast, like I don't expend a spell slot, right?
If it's a ritual. Let me
It
see
is,
here.
it is a ritual.
If it's a ritual, it should
It
have a
says ritual.
time. Does it have a time?
No, ritual's always 10
It says
minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes.
Duration concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
But if you cast as ritual, it always takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, then it won't take anything.
Yeah, so I just want to start that, knowing that he's going to be moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, as I'm casting, I'm going to slowly kind of pay attention to where he's at while I'm sort of drawing it out or whatever. I don't know exactly what Inra would do with the silence spell. How she would ritual cast it, but I'll think of it. And so I feel like she's actually she'll probably take take out her sickle knife and she'll start carving an arcane sigil in the mud around me, and then she'll just start carving, and then as she's doing it, she'll as she's scooping some out, that's when she takes the time to look up where he's at, so that way when she's done she can place it in the spot that she thinks it is advantageous to him. So until the point happens, it might not because he's already there, or I'm just gonna place it once I get done.
Once you get done. How
And then I can
quickly are you moving?
I'd say as fast as, not hastily, but I'm moving as fast as I can while being
Okay.
stealth.
So it takes him about a minute to get there. But
That's
so
fine.
you'll be
Keep
going,
doing it
you'll
just
keep
in
going it,
case.
and then depending on how long it takes him inside, then. But yeah, you make a stealth check.
Nice. 26.
All right, and you are able to swiftly. Is anybody else doing anything? I just want to make sure before Alaric goes by himself.
No, I'd say I'm just kind of standing ready.
Yeah.
You guys are staying at the entryway is.
Yeah, enough to the point we would not be in his way at all.
You said
Just
Drazul didn't come with us?
Drazul did not come with. No.
Send a telepathic link with him
Yeah.
in mind.
And you remember Vildor can always
I think he has a 3-mile radius or something. So I probably could still communicate with him, but he's not
Probably,
with us.
yeah, probably could. 3 miles because you guys took a long way around. There was no really direct path. You make it to what, as you approach,
Mm-hmm.
on the side it says Ehrlich Mansion.
Okay. I'll try to since it looks like the ruins of a building, I'll see if I can try to get inside anywhere.
Yeah,
More like the inside of the structure.
of the
if that makes
structure.
sense.
Yes. And when you get there, you notice that all of the windows are broken out. The door is down. Part of a wall is crumbled. You're confused how this building is still standing. And there's a fence around it, but easy enough you can go through the door if you wish.
Yeah, I will take that path if that seems safe.
And you go in there, and easy enough, you're inside the mansion, and all is quiet.
Also, I guess I'll do an investigation check to just start looking around and maybe even start looking at the rubble and see if I can get an idea of this building. And then you said it was what was it called?
Ehrlich Mansion.
An old mansion. I'll start
Older.
looking into the rubble a little bit too and see if I can dig anything up. Maybe
Okay.
it's a body,
Making it, make an
valuables,
investigation
anything
check.
like that. Nice. Dirty 20.
30-20. You barely got one aspect of this. When you begin walking around, there are, I would say, a dozen skulls. There are bones littered throughout. And the only body that appears to have any sort of flesh on it, you make out to be a vampire spawn.
Okay.
It's dead, it's mangled, but for some reason it did not deteriorate as fast as the others. And in the very center of the room, hanging from a string, you see a Strahd gold coin. And it's up in the air. And you
It's
see
hanging.
that Strahd gold coin hanging.
Oh, grab it.
Is it something that I can climb up to, or is it just
It's
it's
it would be about
from a
50 feet
chandelier?
up. It's like a chandelier hanging down.
Does it look to be magical or anything like that?
Can't tell.
Can't tell.
It just looks like a gold coin.
I'll look up on it. Like I'll take note of it. I'll keep just investigating. Looking at the bodies. Obviously, they seem like they're they're destroyed and dead. I'll like try to focus more on like it's a mansion, so maybe there would be like valuables or like maybe other stuff from the people. A journal, anything like that. I would start looking for.
And as you're looking around, you don't notice much, but from upstairs, you hear a faint. And it appears to be getting louder.
Can I do perception to see if this appears to be like a human or appears to be like a creature of some sort?
Sure, you can roll. Sounds like a humanoid voice.
And that's like in the upstairs part. I'll kind of like.
And out walks a large ghost. Huge man. Reading a book. He's floating down the stairs. And where are you standing?
I'd say I'd probably be like, by like on the side or like looking in some rubble a little bit. And as soon as I hear it, I'll be like, "Hey, who are you?"
He turns forward and he begins continuing down the staircase. And now approaches you. You're done for me.
I'll kind of like
And he
stiffen up.
magically like sits down. Very burly man. What brings you to the ruins of Berez? In my mansion.
Oh, this is your mansion.
The name is Lazlo.
Lazlo, nice to meet you. My name's Ulrich.
Very good to meet you. How do you like my town? I am trying to upkeep it the best I can.
Well, there's not much left of it, but your house seemed like to be a beautiful mansion at one point.
It is quite the place. I see it is not up to the pristine shape that it was before.
Were you the burgomaster?
The burgomaster, yes, I was the burgomaster.
Ah, you said you were.
Lazlo Ulrich, yes. It's Ulrich.
Being a native of Barovia, I'm familiar. Would you know the other burgomasters around here?
I did. I've not talked to them since. Yes, I know them.
What means to have your soul still here to this place? Why haven't you been put to rest?
You could probably guess. I have been destined to upkeep Berez, even though it has been destroyed. Strahd will not let me go to rest, as what I have done to him in the past. Berez used to be a staple of Barovia, a place where people could go to gain sanction and feel safe amongst the mist and the darkness. Unfortunately, someone lived here. Mariana. She was one that Strahd became obsessed with. He would come in the middle of the night, try to force his way in. She would not let him. And one night when she was out, gathering berries, Strahd came. Stalkish, I would define it as. And bit her. Because he wanted her forever in this domain. Cruel, isn't it? And I and the priest that resided here were not going to let this happen. She came back and she tried to hide what happened. But I saw the marks on her neck. We performed a ritual, thinking we could save her. But in all reality, we knew that she would not make it. But we knew her life would be better put to an end than an eternity serving the Lord himself. With that, he came, destroyed, and ended what we had here, along with his Rahadin.
If you don't mind me interrupting,
Sorry, I tend to talk a lot. People don't visit very often.
that sounds. We actually met someone who had like a story just like that. Her name was Irina.
Irina.
Yeah, but
I unfortunately do not know the name Irina. I know a Tatiana. That was another one that he was very fond of. But that was after Mariana passed.
yes, when he we actually experienced a ritual where he was writing Tatiana on a wall related to Irina.
He is an obsessive fella. One that opposes so much darkness. Falls so easily in love.
He must prey on the women here and find one to obsess with them. It seems like it. Soul after soul, he finds a new one after the other one has been put to rest.
It appears that way. And when people do not allow him to do what he pleases, this is what happens. And now I'm here for eternity.
Well, is there any way I can help you? I have some other party members with me. They might know a little bit more about setting you free if that's what you want. Or
I personally do not know how you would set me free. I wish I knew, but I do not.
well, in that case, if you can't be set free, how do you feel about helping some mortals? Oppose, you know.
Keep talking.
What brings me here? We're looking for a witch named Baba.
Baba Lysaga.
I keep wanting to sing Gaga.
I know.
Lady Gaga.
The witch. Yes, she resides here. Ever since this place has been destroyed, Baba has resided here.
Well, she took a gem from the Wizard of the Wine. I'm sure you're familiar with them too.
Yes, that gem has switched hands a few times.
So we're coming to try to take it back. So if you have any information about her or anything that may help us about maybe not here in your town, in your house, but in the town, is there any like?
And why should I trust you? I've trusted so many, and so many have stabbed me in the back.
Let's just say, if anyone opposes the prince, it would be me. Do you want me to show you something?
Sure.
And I'll open my bag
Yeah.
and I'll pull out my artifact
Okay.
and I will show it to the ghost.
And when you show that to him, how did you get that?
Well, let's just say I may have been one of the only mortals that have traveled to his castle and survived. I am cursed to this land, but it's been my last dying wish is to rid everyone of this curse. And then I'll kind of pull down my chest too. It's almost eating me at this point. And sorry.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Come on, kid. Bang! 4. Let's go.
18.
That's 18.
Oh, that was like a 10 DC. 12.
The advantage helped me out around 4, so.
Yes, I believe you are one that wishes to end this madness. I truly see that now. Do you mind, before I speak, can I see your artifact?
Can I do an insight check on this ghost?
Yeah.
Let's go. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, it looks like he just wants to see it.
Yeah, I'll kind of hand it over to him
Mhm.
and the pieces that are with it.
Mm-hmm. And looks at it, and he takes one of the pieces, and he actually looks in the, and you can tell that what he sees is something that he hasn't seen in a long time. I don't know how to best describe that right now.
Okay.
After he does this, he gives it back to you. Alright, I will tell you what I know. Baba, when she has that gem, it powers a walking house. That is one to be very dangerous. She resides in the mist south of here. Be careful. There'll be scarecrows. And the longer you take, the more scarecrows that will be formed. She is powerful. Very, very powerful. You are not the only ones to come here. Part of me thinks that Baba takes this gem in order to set a trap for the adventurers here. Because she truly does believe that she is the one responsible for creating this place and granting Strahd his powers. She is a true enemy of the people. And I wish for her demise.
Well, I mean, that is helpful. Is there any suggestions of what the weakness she may have? Maybe I snuck into here if I could sneak into there and take the gem from her.
If you were to take the gem, it's risky, but it would make her house lose power. That is one less thing you'd have to deal with. Now, I do not know how you would do this, as you are the first one to ask me this question. But yes, without the gem, her magical house has no, her magical hut has no power.
Well, thank you for this information.
Still gem.
Make it my job. As soon as I can master this thing or figure out how to use it, try to set you free.
Thank you. Thank you. I truly am grateful. If I could be set free, just... It gets lonely. It truly does.
I guess one other question, saving time in these other places. I saw a couple of the buildings. What were those buildings, and is there anything worthwhile I should be checking out over there?
I don't think so. You can go see them, but all it is the church. Just other people's houses. Yes, it was not a huge, magnificent city, but it was a staple. But I don't feel that you would have to waste your time looking through everything else. The only thing you might find is some danger.
Well, thank you. I will report back to my party and let them know that we have found maybe not a mortal on our side, but a soul that has been wronged by the prince. Thank you for what you've done for the people of Barovia. I am a local myself. I have a close connection to the people here.
Yes, you're welcome for what I've tried to do. And hopefully you can achieve much more along with your party here. Because my journey ended way too soon. And I have been eternally left to rot. So I bid you good luck. And I will be cheering you on from the outside. And he is going to reach his hand out and touch your forehead. And he is going to grant you a D6 of inspiration.
Nice.
Okay, so just set a D6 somewhere.
off, boys.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody
Alright, sounds good.
Got logs back on.
Yep.
See, boys.
You gotta make sure you
Get
set
that
those.
man.
I take like one of these. Thank you, sir.
I was gonna say it doesn't sound fucking easy, and we're already down 2 men. We're gonna get our asses kicked.
Well, yeah. Then you make your way back to these guys.
I'll kind of scurry back and.
How long had that been?
Oh shit. I would say. It was about 12 minutes.
That's
So-
fine. I'll cast it at the front of that building.
Okay.
So that way, if he comes out, he'll have silence to get out of it.
And that lasts, you said 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. And when you walk out and you go back through the doors, you feel the silence and you walk through it. When you would feel it, I would assume.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
and
could
you would just be,
when you hear
yeah,
my
and you would know, and you would be quiet as could be. You're like walking in this wet soil and there's no sound.
Yeah, and I'll hastily make my way back.
And it walks out of here.
Yeah, I feel like with Inra when she casts it too, like at the very end, right before she's about to like actually cast a spell through her ritual, she like ties a bandage around her mouth, and then as she goes to like finish, she like cuts the bandage open and she goes to like yell, and you guys notice that when she yells, like nothing comes out, and then like you can see like a little bit of the magic like shoot out of her as she's like trying to yell, but the silence like kind of casts in the direction.
Oh.
And with
Like
that,
a second.
you
Kind
guys-
of breathing it.
as he's coming back too, are you guys are staying put? Like you're not following the dolls, you're not doing any of that.
No, we found a spot. He
Yeah, I would
was about to go,
Stretching.
whatever, and we just kind of sat there waiting.
Calisthenics.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make my way back, and I mean, it wasn't too long, and well, let's just say I had a very interesting encounter with a ghost. The former burgomaster of this place, Lazlo Ulrich. He actually opposed the prince. He is said to rot in that house. So he's actually able to help me. He did warn me that with the gem, what's the name? Is it baby?
Baba
lasagna.
Baba,
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Baba
I think we said that
Lysaga.
about
Probably 20 times.
20 times.
It's Baba Lysaga. That's Baba. It's very dangerous, and she has the ability to control some sort of living house or something like that.
A living house.
He said that she goes farther south, more in the mist. She lives in a hut. Now, he did not give me any suggestions, but he did say we may be able to sneak into her hut and steal the gem. It sounds like that's the best way to go about at least weakening her. He said with the gem that she is too powerful to take on with whatever else she can control.
Well, it surely sounds like we will need our party at full strength.
He also mentioned that a couple of the buildings here, there's nothing left. It's ruins. There was bones and his manor along with. He said there was a church here and a couple other houses, but it sounds like that everything else has just been laid to waste.
And just as you guys are talking again, as Max had pointed out already, the dolls are kind of weaved their way through, and they had found their way into one of the more destroyed huts or buildings that is within Berez.
The other thing he mentioned was regarding the scarecrows is the longer we are here, the more they are attracted. So I think the quicker we need to go and make haste of whatever we need to do.
Indeed. I do not know the best course of action.
I think maybe we can try to get a little closer in the mist and scout it out.
I think that's a good idea.
And I can actually communicate with Lazlo. I'll let him know we need him right now. And I don't care how sick he is. He's getting on his damn horse and riding this way. Yeah, and I'll be like, as we do, I'll kind of like, close my eyes. Lazlo, I don't care how bad you feel. You are being a pussy. We need you now. Put your fingers down your throat, knock one more time, and head to the ruins ASAP.
I am actually an hour away. I left when I heard you were gone, and I made myself puke, and I'm coming. I'll be there shortly.
And
It was about as bad as I can't do it.
I don't know how he does
What
it.
are you?
How does he do it?
I thought I could do it.
It's like rough too. It's hard.
Lazlo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's like,
My name is Lazlo. I was here.
Yeah, that's all there.
You mock me.
it's a lot of breath. It takes about all the.
It's hilarious after he speaks for a while. He's like,
If he has like a lot of talk.
I love when he has his long speech.
Yeah.
Or when he yells, silence!
Yeah.
We must not listen to them.
The rest of our session now is just going to be us talking to Lazlo, just trying to nail it.
I know. But yeah, he mentions he's about an hour away.
Okay, so what that mean? It sounds like Lazlo is only about an hour away. Maybe we can head towards the hut, scout it out, get a plan ready so when he arrives, we don't waste any time. How does that sound?
Do we care to at least search any of these places before we go?
No, Lazlo told me there wasn't much left. Other than if you have interest in the church, I don't think there's going to be anything else that is going to be worth our time.
Well, the church does suit my vibe. I don't know if it's worth it for now. Maybe on the way back.
I like that.
Max Vildor is going to cast, kind of on the ground where he's at right now, he's going to start inscribing into the ground a magic circle.
Okay.
It takes a minute to cast.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially it's a 10-foot radius. Celestials, elementals, phase, fiends, or undead are affected by the circle. These creatures can't willingly enter the circle. Creatures have disadvantage against creatures within the circle, and targets cannot be possessed or gain the charm or frightened condition from those creatures outside the circle. So I'm just gonna start inscribing that as kind of like a way of protection for us.
Okay.
And then after I do that, I'm just gonna sit crisscross applesauce in the circle and just short rest.
Okay. Yeah, and you can just relax. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sure that's yeah. Yep. Easy enough. You can do that. Yes, you can get short rest. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just kind of put my head on my staff.
So you guys see that this power is
Yeah, we're dead.
so yeah.
He speaks to us too. I am not.
I speak Elvish.
You see Vildor, he is in the middle of his magic circle, and you see him just fingers crossed, or just hands on chest, taking a short rest, thinking.
Mm-hmm. And Enroll, you feel like a little tiny tug, on your legs. And you look down, and it's your doll that was a part of the little play, and it's just
And I just press my head right in front of it. What kind of demonic child are you?
and then it puts its little hand on your nose. It goes, you! And then it takes it off, and then points. And it points to the church.
Ooh. Get in that book,
And then it's gonna go away, and it's gonna start skipping towards the church.
It's the only doll around. I'm going into that fucking church. And then I'll start walking.
Oh, I'll go with her.
Okay.
I'll just kind of tail behind her.
I'll follow.
But when we get close to the church, I'll stand outside of it, and I'm assuming, does it go in?
Mhm.
Like, how does the door open?
There's fucking nothing left in this church. Like, it literally is like the archway and like the point, and then all the side walls are gone. The front of it's gone. Literally just like the structure of where the door in the front of the church is kind of still left, but like almost everything else is gone. Like,
Ignore that.
Yeah.
That's just a
It's-
try to figure
like picture
Yeah,
basically
actually,
the front, like where that torchlight is, that's there, and then all the other stuff around it is pretty much like crumbled down,
Gotcha.
and it's like it's
like it's in
very
the church.
ruined. Yeah.
I think it's really.
I'm gonna just kind of like try to hone in a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I hear anything within or see anything. Just
Make a
kinda, like,
perception check.
so I'm not just gonna walk in this bitch. I don't trust it. That's like a 24.
The only thing you hear is your doll just like and skipping into the church, and you notice as it gets deeper into the church, it stops, and then it kind of just like sits down.
Gorath, Ulrich, I don't know what kind of fucking blasphemy this is, but fuck me. And then I'll walk in towards it, and I'll like look around, not really paying attention to it, but just like approaching slowly, just like keep my eyes out for anything in the darkness. And
So there's just a bunch of ruined pews, cobblestone rocks, and broken bricks, and fallen towers, and a bunch of other stuff that you kind of have to like step over a little bit to get to kind of where the doll was at towards the front, near basically where the altar would be, and there you see your doll kind of perched in front of that, in front of the altar,
like looking out or like looking to
looking
the altar?
towards it, and it's looking at something on the ground, but until you get closer you can't see exactly what it's looking at.
Okay, I'll kind of walk over again, just kind of keep my eyes out, like in my periphery a little bit, just to see if anything moves. When I get close, I'll just like notice that it's not like looking at me, but it's looking at something, and I'll try to inspect what the heck is going on.
Yeah. So when you get closer, you notice that there is there's two bodies. One is smaller, looks more of like a just shy of being an adolescent child, probably give or take around the age 8 to 10. Then there's a larger body, all the way decomposed, just bones, on the ground next to it, and they seem to be like kind of like caressing each other, like they were holding each other when they died.
Assuming like a mother and its child.
You could gain that from that.
Just knowing like with my history of like being a sort of cleric and like more or less not just the magical sense, but also the physical, like non-magic users, and like having to help both types in both ways. Could I tell that like, hey, this is not like a male, just by knowing bones and knowing things?
So from that, make a medicine check.
That I can do. 25.
So from that, just by looking at the bone structure of this, you would gather that the larger figure, the larger set of bones, is what appeared to be like a woman. Her bone structure is a little bit thinner, taller, a lot taller than maybe your average human.
Hips are wider.
Yeah, hips are wider.
Two babies.
Got them birth and hips. And yeah, so you get that she's a little bit taller than maybe your average human, but she appears to be a humanoid of sorts. And yeah, based on that, you do get the sense from the bone structure and skull structure that it was probably a woman. And then make a perception check for me.
Or are you just hanging on the outside?
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
nice.
actually do something. Oh, I was actually gonna go in. I figured we just.
I'm
Do you want to
Okay,
help
so
me
it's not hard.
investigate around?
I'll go follow.
Do you
You
want to roll 200?
notice-
Investigation.
underneath your armor,
I got 5.
something is like pulling.
Like my pendant. Because my pendant's not in my armor, it's on my sword.
Okay, well, on your sword then. I thought you had it on your neck.
No,
On your
I
sword.
put it in my sword.
You can feel, or like is it sheath?
Well, it's not like it doesn't have a sheath. It's kind of just like a loop. Like I can
Yeah.
just put it through.
But it's like, it's hanging on your head.
yes.
Okay, so like when you try to like, as you're kind of like investigating and moving, you notice that your sword isn't really moving with you. The hilt is kind of like staying in place a little bit.
Okay. So like if I like try to unsheath it though, does it like try to pull something? to a
You
certain
feel like
direction?
you feel a slight pull from the hilt towards the bodies. Not like a strong one, but you can tell there's a little bit of like it's pulling at it a little bit.
Okay. So then I'll just put it away, but then I'll just like start like, does it have like clothes or anything belongings around it? Is it just the bones?
There's a little bit of like clothes and stuff that are really tattered and very mangled, lots of blood on them, those kinds of things. Yeah.
Then yeah, I'll just start shifting.
Okay.
Like the belongings, like I don't want to like move the body
Yeah.
per se if I don't necessarily have to, but I'll just start trying to pull the belongings like away and like start just like looking through them, seeing if I can find anything.
Okay, so as you are moving the body of the woman, you don't necessarily notice anything super in particular of nature, I guess, but then the other side, when you start moving around the kid and messing with her body a little bit, and you move the clothes around, as you kind of pull the torso, like the garment off that, imagine that she's like, wrapped up by the arms of the other one, of the woman. And in one of her hands on the back here, there is like a chain or something that is like in her hand.
Yeah. Nice and easy. Take it out and see what it is.
So then as you pull it out, there is a small like locket on it. And then that is like now, it's like trying to magnetize towards your hilt.
Okay. Yeah. I will assume that it is one of my pendants, and I will sort of just like hold it and see if I can find a space where it possibly would go.
So it's a locket, so it's shut. It's
Oh.
it's inside something.
Okay. So then I'll open the locket
Yeah.
first, and then just kind of see what's in it.
Yeah, and you notice that it's a piece to what you would imagine based off your other pieces that you found is a piece to you.
Okay. So then yeah, I'll take that piece out of the locket, and then I will take that locket. Does it have like, is it like a normal locket where it's like kind of like my stopwatch where it's like it opens up and
Mhm.
is there like a picture? Is
It
there
kind of like
anything,
opens up a little bit, yeah, and it just has a picture of a woman that is really dirty, but when you kind of scrub the dirt and the soot away from it, it looks like you, like very doppelganger-esque you.
Okay, I will take out. I have a vial of holy water,
Mhm.
so I'm just going to like take that locket. And I'll put the pendant just aside for a second.
Yep.
Or like in my pocket, and then I will like take that holy water and I'll douse it a little bit and like try to rub all the dirt and grime.
Yeah.
And then I'll look at it, see who this person is. Don't know the name, don't know who she is. I'll close lock it and I'll put it around my neck,
Mhm.
and then I'll take my sword out and I'll hold it in my hand, and I'll try to like place it where it needs to go.
Okay, so as you're placing it it will click into place. And then, like, as you kind of find the groove, like almost like when you find the puzzle piece that like fits in where it needs to, and you kind of like press it down, everything is going to like, and you're gonna jump into this like black mist, and your body starts to almost kind of like flow and swirl like in space. Not like it's moving or teleporting anywhere, but it's like watching something. And as all this stuff is happening, you see a child, and you see a woman, a tall woman. And in this, as you're watching it, you can see that she's more elvish in nature. She's a little bit taller. And as that's happening, behind you, you can hear screams and like, you know, like almost like the noises of like vampire thralls running around and like screaming and stuff like that. That's happening in the circle behind you. And the church is ablaze, and all of these other things are kind of going on around you as this is all taking place. And on the ground in front of you, you see the woman and the child. And then as that's happening, you hear someone walking up behind you, and you can hear like armor clanking a little bit. And then as you turn around, when you hear that noise, you see two very dark red eyes. And from your background, and from having interactions with them, you know this to be Rahadan.
We're out.
Wait, are we seeing this vision too? No.
None of you guys are. It's just Enroll.
Really? We're just looking for stuff and we're standing in a circle.
Or she's a
It's really weird.
So then as that happens, Rahadan will come up and will basically start talking and say, Morlon, you had a chance to do what was asked of you. It's such a pity that you chose to go out like this. If only you had just picked the right side, this could have been avoided. And then at that point, the woman will respond back, and she'll spit at Rahadan and say, do your worst. And then at that point, Rahadan will pull out his sword, and you hear the screams and the echoes of like the pain and the suffering that comes out as he draws his sword. And then you see the shadow of him raise his sword, and then the vision's gonna come back up. And then you are standing here with your, like, with the piece and your hilt. All right. Well, damn. And then on the ground next to you, you still notice your doll. And the doll's just like looking up at you. And it's just
I take my crossbow.
sorry, I'm moving it, but
I guess while that's going on, Gorath and I were going to do an investigation around the church just to see if there's any other loot in here. We're a little loot money.
Yes. We're the looters.
Let's go, dirty 20.
All right. Is there anything like
God damn it.
1 silver, a copper.
We don't find like a golden chalice that we
Wait,
use for
are you guys
the-
both?
Yeah, we're both
Yeah.
having here with
We're both in here deep searching.
No.
Like we're like looking at a rubble while this guy in those sports flowing in a
Nothing
circle.
there.
Like I'm on top of his shoulders up to the second level, like pulling rocks off.
You find a turd.
Bad
turd.
I think it really shit her still.
in these like sort of like kind of like not necessarily visions, but sort of like playbacks from like what had happened to these people, like my doppelgangers and such. Is there anything about each one of them that is just slightly different than me? You know, like, is one just maybe a little bit older? Is like one have different colored hair but looks exactly like me? Is like any scars, anything like that I possibly could just kind of take a piece of them with me?
So I can speak to that. Each one has been a different age. Not that each one of them that you've come across has, fallen at the same exact time.
Right. No, I guess more or less just like.
But what?
Yeah.
Right. Like as you have seen these, with that vision, you get the sense that Morlon was trying to protect this child, and whatever was happening in Berez at that time, she had an option, and this is just reading between the lines. She had an option to join Strahd to help him in what he was wanting to accomplish in destroying this place for what happened to Mariana, right? She chose to protect the child and stay her last breath with that child. And how does that connect to who you are today? Right? What about that protective instincts is translated to who you are as a person? Is that something you hold tight? Is that something that's been lost with time? But each of these visions show what that person was and who they were. And do you choose to carry on do they help mold you? Do you disagree with some of those thoughts? But ultimately everything you've seen it's confusing because it looks just like you. They act different, they sound the same, but they act different. Not any single one of them have done the same thing. Yes, they all are protective in nature, it seems. But how does that mold into who Inral is? Or how has it shaped her differently?
Right. I don't guess my question might not be as clear of what I'm trying to ask. More or less, I'm saying, like, is there differences in how they actually appear?
Like how they appear.
Like how they actually, like what they look
like. Physically look.
Physically look like. Like not like what they have done and who that helps me.
Okay.
I guess more or less just like,
yeah.
Is there anything that I can like, because in a sense, like I am going for like, is there something I can take, like the locket, yes, I get it, or like the piece of hair that I took off of Kinira, I think it was. And then tell way I put that white cloth in my hair too, like more or less like those things remind me of who that person was that I understand through the vision, but more or less like anything else that I can like keep with me to remember who they were, other than just things that I've taken from them.
Okay. So you want something visual.
Visual, like yeah, age is a difference, like, you know, maybe I can understand that. You know, is that something that I understand in the long run, like, oh, if they are older, maybe their choices were different, but not necessarily that, but like, you know, did one have different color hair, but they look exactly like me? It's like, there's something about them specifically that I can just like sort of like remember them as to help me remember who they were.
Yep. So you know Kinera. She had similar colored hair. She looked very similar to you. But the way you remember her, and I guess it's not really a good way of stating it, she was younger in nature. Kinera was younger than you are right now. But she is the one who turned, like, she was the vampire spawn, right? But like, she was younger. I have stuff here. I don't necessarily know visually
how it would be different, but she was younger. Okay, she looks very similar to you. She has blonde hair, and yes, that is, I don't know if that's helpful at all.
Mm-hmm. And I would say the one that you, when you dug up the grave, that you took, the white sash, the wedding sash or whatever.
Tellway.
Yeah, Tellway was, I guess, in comparison to Kinyara and the one that you just had, she would be in between. She was older than Kinyara, but she was younger than Morlan.
And she was in a place to start a family.
Okay.
And then no more. Or no, just those three. Then yeah. Just reading that, sorry. Morlan, did I say how old she was?
No, you just said that she was younger.
I misspoke. She was actually older in nature. Morlan was older, and you think maybe that's why she was able to give herself up, as she felt that was her duty, and she's lived her life. And she did have grayer hair, parts of gray.
Okay. Well. Well, believe it or not, I do have some of that parable. We're about to fight. Next session. Do I want to use that for right now? Nope, I'm not going to.
Not going to.
I'm not going to, but I will. Let's see here. Yeah, never mind. I don't have that spell either. I will though cast a little bit of like kind of a funeral rite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really using a spell, but I'll perform just like a small little prayer over the body. Again, not really targeting like specific god, but just encompassing gods of like, see if one would reach out to her soul, you know, on behalf of who she believed in, as I am atheist. And yeah, just kind of like say a few words. Not really, again, I don't really want to move the bodies. I just want to kind of like, again, taking the locket without really disturbing the peace of like where they're at. So just trying to give peace now into them, in hopes that something can help them along the way afterwards.
Okay. Make your religion check. 15. Okay. I need you. So with that, after you go throughout this ritual,
Maybe I'm not atheist, I'm just not. What is the term where it's like? I believe in non-denominational. I'm not like I don't follow anything, but I believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
I think it's not denominational. I think
It's
like
agnostic.
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 I'm agnostic.
With that, after you go through and make this prayer, you see a small trickle of water form at the base of the skull below the eye of this skull of Morlan. And it runs down her face, down her body, and it lays, and it ends right in her palm of her hand. And it says, "Thank you, Inro." And the water quickly evaporates up in air. But then Indra gets up, quickly moves. Hey, the one thing that you guys did spot in the church, not an item, and it's not even anything of crazy significance, but you do find a small Bible, and on the front it is, I just had it right here. Right, pages. It says Brother Grigor.
It's all you, big boy.
Yes.
You like your books.
Brother Grigor. So you can just do Bible and then Brother Grigor. Grigor. Grigor.
Clegane.
But yeah, with that,
So
everything else-
Clegane.
and what were you thinking of? Like, what were you like during your short rest? What were you doing?
I was thinking back to like the night of the tower, thinking of my other patrons, reliving my memories with them, especially the ones that have perished, and then trying to, if I could, like tap into the light to remember my past at all.
I want you to make a history check.
Come on. 16.
Think long and hard for this 30 minutes. And you spend a lot of time thinking of the past and even just seeing these people again, thinking, hey, that might spark something.
Mm-hmm.
And your brain just has a hard stop, right? Or like a hard start. Like you were older, but your first memory that you can recollect was that moment in the tower. And you still cannot figure out why. And you're putting together that both your spell book and the one you found had pages ripped out of it.
Yeah.
And you just don't know why. And think about anything else. Anything that recently that's happened. I would say that thought didn't take 30 minutes, but
I'll think, like, if I have any kind of similar notion after I don't get anywhere pondering those thoughts, do I remember the forging of the Nexocrons, or like having any part in that?
you do not. No.
I think long and hard about the what's Drazul's clan called, like
Crown Peaches.
No, the
conclave, or
Yeah, that's something
Yeah.
conclave. I'll
oh
tell
my
you.
lord, no,
I know what
I
it
remember
is.
it. It's Concord.
the
Concord of the Nine.
Concord of the Nine.
yeah. And I try to like think about them and think about how Drazul seemed to know who I am, and he even mentioned that he's run into me before. I try to think about running into him in the past life.
And you think long and hard. And the first time that you have ever seen him was here. Or, like, yeah, was when you got to.
Well, Vildor gets up.
Vildor's just crying.
He's like sweating.
He's pissed.
And I'm gonna have you, just because you're like in this state of thinking, I just want you to make just a history check.
Come on, now.
Big roll here.
Do you have
Big
my
roll
give a
here.
little guidance in the brain thought thing on your roll?
14.
14. thinking to the dolls,
Yes.
there was a correlation with one of the dolls that you try to pinpoint like one of the characters that were mentioned in the show
Mm-hmm.
that has you've seen or had like you've seen something similar to one of the characters.
Seen
I
something.
think outside the wizards, but yes, that is what you get from a 14.
The handicapped one. The one in the wheelchair.
It's like, you know, it's like, oh, Patrick's brain starts working with that smell, and then there's some smoke coming out.
It's like the gears.
Yeah.
And it possibly
Come on! Come on! Got 11.
there could be something in your party's possession that relates to this character. You could have it. You might have it. I don't know who has this. I don't know who has this item,
For sure, I do.
but yeah. But no, whatever it is, that is what you get thinking about the dolls. Gosh, I think one of those.
Every dope your eyes out.
Like it looked like one of my patrons.
Well, that you know that, yes. But one of the other characters from a different scene, you've seen a similar. You would roll better. I could just tell you, but I can't. All right, that's all I can give you. So yeah, that's what you
I
get.
have an ivory hairbrush.
That is it.
He's got the hairbrush.
I have an ivory hairbrush. A double pendant. Not sure.
But with that, do you guys want to? Obviously, we won't start the fight. Do you guys want to end there? We're
Yeah, we'll
waiting
just
out.
stop probably.
Waiting
Yeah.
outside the church.
Because I want to run here for the.
Yeah, I think so too. And then you guys can make a plan or whatnot. So that is where we'll end tonight's session. You guys are outside the church of Berez, amongst the scattered remains of this town, and you await whatever is beyond the mist to the south.
Oh.